Good day, Rustic enjoyers. So let's just get to the bottom of this. I'm sure many of you are aware, you saw this very silly thumbnail. The Rust skins were delayed. The Rust store was delayed, to be precise. It's actually Friday. All the skins have appeared today, but we need to talk about quickly the repercussions of that. So if you aren't fully aware, we've actually had this happen 3 times this year. Now, the first instance was back in March, and let me just quickly explain what's going to happen next week. Because this was delayed by a day, all the abnormal skins technically won't be abnormal because they're going to become marketable a day later, aka the same day as the Rust store. So effectively speaking, they're like regular skins. But even then, that doesn't really work. It's awkward. So let me explain further. So yeah, we're not going to be doing abnormal barders next Wednesday, unfortunately. We can still figure out prices like I did with this video. But all the skins are going to become marketable at the exact same time, Thursday night, going into Friday morning, midnight, UK time. Yes, even the regular skins. Even when the Rust store rotates next week, the regular skins will not become marketable. All 12 of the skins that have appeared today are going to become marketable at the exact same time, Thursday night going to Friday morning next week, if that makes sense to all of you. If it doesn't make sense, I will be streaming. Look in the description of this video. You'll see the links to the likes of my Twitch. I will be streaming on that Thursday, and I'll explain the whole process. But effectively speaking, we're going to have to chase after 12 skins. Ain't that going to be fun? So I'm sure you probably understand this now. I hope it's helpful. I know it's quite a lot to take in. But if we quickly hop over to here are all the brand new skins. But like I said, there's no point pointing out which of these skins are abnormal because all 12 of these skins right here, they are all going to become marketable at the exact same time next week. Have we got that understood now? Okay. So I should also point out, all of these skins that we see here today, the vast majority of them were early picks. So you know how I was making quite a lot of a fuss about my Rust Workshop skin checks? You should definitely consider giving it a watch because over the past 3 or so months, the vast majority of skins in the Rust stores have been early picks. Early pick, early pick, early pick, early pick. Early pick, early pick, early pick, early pick, early pick. Yeah, we've had a lot. We've had a lot. Unfortunately, no clothing and armour this week. I know. I was very surprised by that as well. It's only deplorables and weapons this week. Maybe next week is going to be a whole lot more clothing and armour heavy. Who knows? But like, we had a lot of very interesting potential skins that could have been picked today. Also from notable collections. Nope, nothing. So it is awkward. I know. I'm surprised. But anyway, my point being, if you want to be fully up to date and fully aware of all the potential new skins that could be accepted, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks. I provide you a collection that you can read through yourself to get a good idea of all the skins. But the main point is trying to identify collection continuation so we can consider, should we invest into that or not? So yeah, it's worth a look, and there's chapters to specifically go to continuations. So hopefully that's a lot more efficient for many people. Anyway, so with the Rust store technically rotating today, that means many skins became marketable, that being the regular skins. So let's just quickly go through all of them and then we'll move on to talking about the brand new skins. So, yep, Thunder Gold boots, let's get a good look at this. Now, unfortunately, my extension won't change brand new marketable skins. I can't make them in dollars. I can't have it in the dollars currency, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to have to say that the barders push up to about 90 cents American right here, which is okay. We did talk about this last night when we did, well, not last night, the 2 nights before when we did the abnormal stuff. When we're discussing prices, we looked at this and we thought, okay, we could probably push up to about $1. I do get the feeling by default, the likes of the Thunder Gold skins, the boots and the gloves, they will be retaining their value at the very least. Even if we potentially don't see any more Thunder Gold skins being accepted, I would like it to happen, but just saying, these 2 skins are expected to retain their value. So with 19,000 bare minimum sales, that's fine. And we did talk about the potential issues with the likes of the whiteout boots, but I think people are appreciating Thunder Gold as its own thing. And fingers crossed, we do see the likes of more skins being accepted. Do not rule out the possibility that we might potentially have Tier 2 version 2, all right, for Thunder Gold. And we haven't even seen hoodie and pants yet. So let's just see how things play out. But regardless, if we do see hoodie and pants or Tier 2 armor, boots will go up in price and the gloves. Cool. With the likes of the Desert Beast bandana, you need to keep an eye on the workshop. We need to find out what's happening next. Hopefully, over the course of the weekend, we might... Oh, there you go. So people are asking, people are curious, people are prodding Mr. 100J. Will we see some more primitive Desert Beast skins? This past week, he produced a pirate flag rug, which was very nice, but that wasn't part of this collection, was it? So maybe this weekend, if you keep an eye out, if you look in the workshop, you will see some more skins being submitted, and then we can start rubbing our hands and question what might happen next week, because with so many deplorable weapon skins, well, it was only them being accepted this week, maybe we're going to see a whole bunch of clothing and armor skins next week, and maybe they're going to be early picks, so that's why you got to keep an eye on the workshop. Understood? So yes, if we do see more skins appearing, this will have a spike in demand, this will have a spike in price. But the bar orders here, they're only going up to about 70 cents American. So at the moment, looking at that, first glance, I don't think it's going to retain its value. But if we do see some more things appearing, all the better for it. Over to here, Armageddon SAR. Very nice looking SAR. The AK looked very nice as well. That still went down to $1. Now, SAR skins, not a lot of them have done very well so far this year in terms of we just got past the worst of it in terms of Rust skins. Many Rust skins went down in price very badly. We were at a point where every single SAR skin was in the negative. I look at this, I still see that happening with this. The barders are only going up to about $1.20. This is not going to retain its value, but maybe it will get a whole bunch of appreciation. See, this only did about 10,000 bare minimum sales. So I'm under the impression that people look at this, they think it's going to look very cool in game, they think it's going to look very nice, and they'll probably buy it, and then, because there's only so many of these that bought, they'll probably go up in price. I kind of would be surprised by that. But at the moment, this collection only consists of 2 weapon skins, and a weapon-only collection doesn't really tend to hold their value, unless they're extra special, like Chameleon Collection or Redemption Collection. Ooh, nice and shiny, and people like that. This one, it looks nice, but it's only got 2 skins at the moment, and it's probably not going to be retaining its value. So I'm going to leave it there. I got my border down, I'm happy with that, so let's move on. We got the low poly Thompson. Right, so these next two skins we do need to talk about. So, if we just look at the sales that these ended up with, low poly Thompson ended up with just about 5,650 bare minimum sales, and the Suprematism AR, well, that ended up with about 5,500 bare minimum sales. I look at this Thompson, and I acknowledge that this right here had hardly any sales. The next lowest selling skin that came out this year is Panther Thompson, and that has 12,000. This has double the amount of this. Now, again, you might point out and say, Hedge, I don't like the low poly collection. I can kind of see that. But point still remains, this sold hardly anything. There's hardly any of these that are in circulation right now. All the better for it to potentially rise up in price. I've made a big fuss talking about Thompson skins this past year. If people are just looking for a very straightforward skin, they're not too fussed about what they're going to get, this actually might go up in price pretty nicely. Simply due to the fact that hardly any of these exist, there's hardly any quantity in circulation, all the better for it to rise up in price. And also, it could potentially be a candidate for manipulation. Let's not rule that out, alright? So don't be surprised if that happens. And then we look at the likes of the AK47 here, and well, guys, let me remind you of this story that happened last year. Do you remember the, I actually can't remember the name, unfortunately, but yeah. Can you blame me? Look how many skins are accepted this year. But literally, towards the end of last year, Dead Souls AR came out. And Dead Souls AR, that sold bare minimum, how many? 7,300 sales. That got manipulated. And if you look at sales history, what do you see? Oh, look, it just happens to go up in stages, like steps here. Well, yeah, that's natural. No, it's not. That was a manipulation. So this skin sold hardly anything, according to back then, and then it got manipulated. This had more sales than Suprematism AR. So I'm just pointing this out. We're still getting a whole bunch of AKs being accepted over the course of the next few weeks and lead up to the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them get picked out and some of them end up being manipulated towards, well, at the very beginning of next year. So, yes, 5,500 bare minimum sales, okay? Okay? Something funny might happen here. So we look at the prices. This Thompson's only going up to about $1.20. We talked about it, we discussed, we said it's not exactly a super insane looking set, but I still expect it to rise back up in price, and I still expect it to go above its rust ore price around January time. I don't expect it to be insane, but it still could work out. Again, hardly any stock on the Steam market will happen. And then, of course, with the likes of this AK, well, you got to keep an eye on it. The boulders are only going up to about 70 to 80 cents American. Keep an eye on it, all right? Things are going to be very strange. This very likely will be manipulated, but it's not something I can fully rely upon. So that's that. Let's move on. Let's just quickly go over the abnormals. So, Brutalist Sheepman of Door does have a contender. Today, we just got another Sheepman of Door being accepted, and it also has transparency. You can see through it as well. However, this Brutalist Sheepman of Door has a lot more visible. So that's still got that. Also, it's glow in the dark. But, yeah. we've got another contender, and it's cheaper than this. Now, the barders have pushed up to $4. Very nice, very cute. Bare minimum sales, we reached up to just under 20,000. So, at the end of the day, I still think it's going to retain its value. And over the course of this weekend, maybe Duck, the skin creator, maybe he produces an armored single door with transparency as well. And wouldn't that be nice, wouldn't it? So, keep an eye out. Things are looking very interesting. But at the current moment, with the barders that this has, it does look like it's going to retain its value. But will this last? Because Face Punch are accepting more sheet metal doors with transparency. That's awkward. And that's definitely awkward for the likes of this. We thought this was going to be special. Well, it's starting to lose that uniqueness, isn't it? Then, of course, we have the Thunder Gold Roadside Gloves. We literally just spoke about... Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Where did all this come... Okay, well, that's going to cause problems. So, yeah, Thunder Gold Roadside Gloves now has 800 quantity on the Steam market. At the end of the day, I still think this will retain its value based on the likes of its buy orders, but that's not helping it out. Nope. Okay, so that's some weird things currently going on there. Keep an eye on this. But yeah, if we do see Thunder Gold Tier 2 or Hoodie and Pants being accepted, you will still see a spike in demand, spike in price for this. But it'll probably only go up so high because, well, these exist now, and I don't know why. Well, don't that suck? That's not good. That's building up walls. That's building up resistance. That's going to stop it from rising up in price nicely. Okay, so there you go. That doesn't look so good now. That sucks. And then you got Desert Beast Poncho. Exact same words from what I literally just talked about in regards to bandana. We've got to keep an eye on the workshop. We've got to see if we see a continuation for the Desert Beast collection appearing over the weekend with the workshop. And then you got Soulless Legion Bow. We did see a crossbow being accepted today, but that only consists of a weapon collection at the moment, it seems, and they don't really tend to hold their value, unless, of course, it's extra special like Redemption and, well, Chameleon. So, for now, I wouldn't be surprised if that goes below its rust or price, and effectively it already has. Oh, God, no, down 2 pennies already. Oh, yeah, but, yeah, barders are only going so high, so, yeah, it's not going to retain. And then you have Hay Storage, which, unfortunately, with my extension currently being broken, I can't show it in dollars, but the barders are only going up to about $1.20, $1.30. That's not retaining its value, which is strange because it's a very unique small box, but yeah, just didn't seem to sell that much. Awkward. I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, very nice, but maybe only role players will like it. But it didn't really sell that much either. And there's one thing we do have to reiterate. This rush store was available for 8 days. All right, 8 days, and that only still did less than 10,000 sales, so it's awkward. Right, so we've discussed all of that. We've discussed all the regular skins and whatnot. Now we need to talk about the brand new skins. We need to talk about this week's batch of 12 skins. Yes. Okay, I find it cute. Got a little, but that's helpful. That's going to remind people in the future. How come this came out on this day? Because it was delayed. Cool. Anyway. We have 12 skins to go through, and I'm feeling very optimistic for a few of them, okay? But we're going to do this in order of what we see. So, let's jump in. Punkjack Largewood Box. We did finally see a continuation for the Punkjack collection. Here we go. So, yep, this was a regular skin. This was actually submitted like 2 weeks ago. Fair enough, that's fine. Congratulations, Falco and Alloy. We have a very nice glow-in-the-dark, weirdly looking sci-fi horror style skin, and if you can remember, we had a sheet metal door being accepted not too long ago. So, why don't we quickly take a look and see what's happened? How come there's only 31 of these on the Steam market? Oh, yeah, because if I just quickly refresh, someone jumped in and bought out a whole bunch of them. Yep, the beginning of a deplorable collection. Someone jumped in and bought out over 30 of them. And yeah. This has started to go up in price. We saw a spike in demand. Price has gone up a fair bit, but it's not going up to the price that it's sold for, unfortunately. So if you can remember, Punkjack sheet metal door sold for like $2.49, didn't it? It's still very low in price, unfortunately, especially for what it's sold for. But if we start to see more and more and more of these Punkjack skins being made and, well, accepted, all the better for the original skins that came out, because once there's more and more of them, people become more invested into the collection, and yeah. Zakoldi, save your questions for later, buddy. I acknowledge your question. Save it for later. Bear Ram, I'm talking about Rust, mate. Okay, so we'll save all that for later. Let me just get through all these skins, then we'll do questions afterwards. Just respect the flow of what this is. Right, okay, so yeah. This is turning out to become a brand new collection, and we'll see what happens next, right? But with this appearing, this has had some instant reaction to it. So very nice to see. Right, what's going to happen to this specifically? First of all, no abnormals this week, all right? You might sit and say, Hedge is abnormal. No. Let me reiterate, because the Rust was delayed this week, okay? All skins, every single one of these are going to become marketable at the exact same time. I must reiterate, next Thursday, going into Friday morning, so midnight time, UK time, all of these skins are going to become marketable at the exact same time. We're to chase after every single one of them. Does that sound awkward? Yes, it does. Very much so. So, with the likes of that, we don't have time to our advantage. But there is another thing that we must address. All the skins this week, they only have 6 days in the Rust store. So we might not see that many sales happen. That's an interesting thing to be aware of, isn't it? So, with the likes of that, let's also take a look at the amount of sales here. Bear don't be rude. If you don't have anything good to say, leave. Right, so 1,800 sales so far, which is nice to see. But when you look at some of these other ones, they only reached up to around 10,000 sales, the more recent ones. So, yeah, unfortunately, we do have quite a lot of large boxes not doing super great. A lot of them didn't seem to retain their value. That is awkward. But skins are starting to improve as we get closer and closer to January time, aren't we? So, yeah, I'm still hesitant. We don't have abnormal time to our advantage this week, but we still don't have to rush into doing anything, okay? So, with the likes of that, I probably will be sticking with a Barda, especially based on the fact that Punkjack door didn't exactly change the world when it first came out, and yet it's still low pretty badly, isn't it? So, okay, with the likes of that, I'm going to leave it for now. Let's talk about the Chameleon bolt action rifle. It's another Chameleon skin. And how are they holding up at the moment? So, I must have said it twice already today, but the likes of the Redemption and the Chameleon collection are actually liked, and it only consists of weapons. You might sit there and say, Hedge, but these are down by 11%. Yeah, we just got past the worst of it, the absolute worst of times for Rust skins. All skins now are starting to increase in price. And when we reach January time, so as you can see here, September and October, a lot less average people playing compared to the likes of August and July, but we will see many people return playing during the likes of December and January. Well, you will see the likes of that Chameleon collection rise up. Lots of people probably don't even know that this exists, or rather, more of them appeared. And a lot of people probably don't even realise that the likes of the weapon racks came out. They're going to need some extra shiny, cool-looking skins to flex with, and well, look at that. There you go. So, let's go take a look at the likes of the bolt action rifle here. Mr. Milho Frito always puts out a very nice video showcasing the sheen that he put on these skins. And guys, just appreciate this. Look at that. That right there is nice, shiny, and ever so holographic. Oh, yes. So if you aren't fully aware of his plans, he does intend to make some deplorables, and I wouldn't be surprised if he makes some clothing and armour at some point. So at the moment, enjoy the weapons whilst you can, because he's going to go probably absolutely crazy, making garage doors, large boxes, sheet metal doors, armoured doors, who knows, but I wouldn't say no. He's definitely fully capable. He's been around for many years. He's made the likes of the Tempered collection, and he was very successful with that. So you just wait. 2024 is going to be crazy for this collection. Oh, look at that. A weapon rack. Ooh, and now you can see all of them. Sold it very well, didn't it? So a lot of people will very likely be appreciating all of these. Now we have to talk about bolt action rifles, because earlier this year we did have the Redemption one, and it went down by 14%. But then again, like I said, many skins, they went below their Rust price a fair bit. That's only down by 14%. Let's go take a look at all of the other ones that have come out somewhat recently. That's not doing too good. That's not doing too good. That's not doing too good. This right here, these two, because they're part of well-established collections, I do get the feeling that these are going to hold. And we did talk about that not too long ago in regards to the likes of the LR300 and the MP5. Yeah, they're not doing super great, but most skins from the LR300, for example, they are down to like $1. That right there is still $2. This right here, most MP5s are down to $1 as well. This is still just over $2. It's the collection that's keeping its value up, all right? So all the better for these skins. And with the likes of this, how many do you reckon might sell? Let's just quickly remind ourselves. Why did I turn this off? All right. So Redemption BAR, that did 25,000 bare minimum sales. This sold for $3. This right here is $2.49. And well, this did come out during July. This is November. We got less people currently involved with skins. This might only do like 15 to 20,000 sales. This actually might work out all the better for it. How often are you even using a bolt action rifle as well? That's also something you should consider. Because if not everybody is able to get up to that point, maybe there's not that much justification to own a skin for this. But let's put that aside again. Right now, like I said, people like the collection. Now, we don't have abnormal builder time advantage, and this is only going to be available for 6 days, so we don't need to rush into buying it. We could take our time. We could look at this Wednesday. We could look at this Thursday. We know when this is going to become marketable. It's going to be Thursday going into Friday, midnight next week, UK time. I'll be streaming. We'll be there. We'll discuss all of this and whatnot. With the likes of this, yeah, we will, we'll just have to leave it for a fair bit. But the Rust store will rotate still. I should have pointed that out. The Rust store will still rotate. So if you actually want to buy it, yeah, it's a bit questionable, but yeah. Okay, so you probably want to make the decision on Wednesday night. And we'll be here for that as well. Again, look in the description of this video. You'll see links to the likes of my socials. You'll see the links to the likes of my Twitch. How can you get the check the collections? How do you check it? So on the store section of scmm.app, which is where we're at, if it's part of a collection, do you see how it just quite literally says part of the Chameleon collection? I click that and there you go. It's right there, Tune. It's right there. It will only show up if it's actually part of a collection. See that revolver there? That's not part of a collection. Doesn't have the option to look at it. Make sense? Right, okay, so Chameleon bolt action rifle. I'm curious, but I'm not rushing into anything. We'll look at that Wednesday night and we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Sounds good? Okay, cool. Right, I'm a lot more confident in the sleeping bag. So much so. Right, so if you are fully aware, Abyss collection originally started off as a deplorable collection. And let me point this out. During the absolute worst times, when all skins were suffering, there were so many instances in which the likes of the only Sheepman Adore skin that was still in the positive, whilst all the other ones were in the negative, was the likes of the Abyss one. With the likes of all of the Furnace skins, except one, that being the Abyss Furnace, were all in the negative, except, of course, the Abyss Furnace. This collection of skins right here, they survived. They did well. They're still not even at their peak potential. When it comes to around January time, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if all 4 of these skins right here, they go up in price ever so nicely, even more so. Yes, they might be a little bit pricey now. You just wait. Keep an eye on this. And keep an eye on this now that we've just seen this being accepted. So, Abyss Sleeping Bag, a brand new deplorable, all the better for these. And if we keep seeing more Abyss skins being produced and accepted, all the better for these. So, Hedge, you might also want to point out the clothing and armour. True, fair enough, but we've seen things like this with like the Tempered collection, where we already had like clothing and armour and whatnot. Please understand, the main thing that's going to affect the likes of these are going to be the likes of more deplorables now, more specifically now. But yeah, by default, this is definitely looking to be a very interesting batch of skins to look at. I am invested in these as well. You could go take a look at my inventory on scmm.app and you'll see that I actually bought a whole bunch of these in preparation for January. I'm looking forward to it, all right? But let's talk more specifically about the sleeping bag. Like I said in regards to all those deplorable skins, I think this is going to be just as good, right? If not, maybe equal or even better. So we just pointed this out a little bit earlier. We don't have that many people, or rather, we don't have as many people who are buying skins at the moment compared to what we've seen earlier this year. This means, and of course, with only 6 days in the Rust store, this might not sell that much, especially when you compare it to the likes of the other Abyss skins. And let me remind you, 37,000 bare minimum sales, 35,000 bare minimum sales, 21,000 bare minimum sales, and 25,000 bare minimum sales. This might probably have the least amount. And then that potentially might mean it might rise in price more. Potentially. I'm not going to say a definitive yes, but in terms of confidence, I am confident in that sleeping bag. Now, again, you might want to look at all the sleeping bags that came out this year, and you might sit there and say, oh, some of the, they're not doing too good. Fair enough. But, like, if I were to show you all the furnaces exactly right now, go take a look at all the furnaces, what do you see? I typed in S. Sorry, I should have just said furnace. There you go. All the skins that came out this year, which one is holding its value? Oh, look, only the Abyss one. Do you see that? Only the Abyss one. Okay, let's go take a look at Sheepman Adores. Now, of course, we've had the likes of Brutalist, so maybe that's going to be in the positive for a while. But look at all of the other ones. So many of them in the negative. Oh, look, that one's still doing all right. So, yeah. Throughout all of this year, that's what it's been like. The Abyss skins have stood out. The Abyss skins have persevered. They've held the value. They were staying in the positive. This right here, I expect the same. That right there. I don't know how much words I have to say now. I'm pretty sure you're confident in it as well. Now, again, how much will this sell? Because this is only available for 6 days. But I kind of get the feeling people are going to care for this. People are going to like it. A very cool looking glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag. And yep, let's just reiterate that. It does glow in the dark from what you can see here. Yep. Very nice. Very cool. That's a very appealing looking sleeping bag. Don't you just want to get nice and tucked into that? Okay, but helpful. Glow-in-the-dark deplorables in the early stages of your base are very helpful to have when navigating around your base when it's nighttime. If you don't have electricals and lighting sorted out, they're helpful to help navigate around, if that makes sense to you. So, with the likes of that, I would think this is going to be retaining its value at the very least. And if anything, I think it's going to be a perfectly fine investment. I very likely will just go ahead and buy some of these. I'm actually considering it. That's definitely looking to be a perfectly fine skin to look at. So, with the likes of that, do I need to say any more? All right. So, shall we just move on? Okay. Just remember, Wednesday night we will talk about this. We'll talk about what prices we might want to offer for it for buy orders and whatnot. But I will sit there and say whether I'm actually going to jump in and buy some. So, again, look at the description for the socials. I'll be streaming next Wednesday, and we'll discuss all the skins and figure out what prices we want to offer for them and whether I want to jump in and buy some. And talking about buying skins, I'm going to buy this Revolver. And you're going to sit there and probably say, Hedge, what makes you want to say that? What's so special about it? Oh, no, it's just a Revolver skin. That's it, honestly. No, honestly, at the end of the day, this design is perfectly fine. It's a little bit goofy, but please understand this. Let me just go through all the motions in regards to revolvers. So, Revolver, tier 1 weapon. This does get used quite a fair bit. You got to understand, you got to respect gun demand. A lot of people would like to roam around with these. They don't care too much if they die with them. It's not too hard to replace them. And, well, if they do get used quite a lot, if they're not too hard to acquire or make, with that, if they do get a lot of usage, how much demand do you reckon they have in terms of their skins and whatnot? It'd be fairly high. But how many skins do we get accepted every year? Not a lot. So what does that equal? That equals every single Revolver skin right now currently in the positive. Positive. Okay, so that one's special, so let's not care about that one. But yeah, positive. Green. It's all in the green. Every single skin is in the green. And right now isn't even the best time for skins. It's still November time. All of these skins, probably bare minimum, are still going to go up by 50% when it's January time. Yeah. So if you're sitting there and wondering, Hedge, why would you want to buy that? Have I not explained enough? Have I not explained enough? So yeah. Revolvers are pretty cool. Do I have to say any more? That's a buy. That's a buy. Now, don't buy a ridiculous amount. Buy enough that you can sell. But yeah, as time goes on, you're probably going to see this probably go up to maybe about $2.50, maybe $3. That might not sound super appealing to you, but at the end of the day, it's still profit. I don't know how high this might go up to over the course of the next 2 months. I can't sit here with confidence and say what this is going to be priced at around January time. But like I said, how likely are we going to see another Revolver skin being accepted this year? Not very likely. We've had all of this year and we only had 3, and one of them was instantly removed. If you want to learn more about the E-Class Revolver, consider looking at my YouTube's playlists. There's a dedicated E-Class Revolver playlist if you want to learn more about what happens to the likes of this. But yeah, so technically speaking, we've only had 1 and 2 skins accepted this year. Maybe we might have a Christmas one. Who knows? But whenever I see a Revolver, I'm on it, okay? I'm on it, and I'll be on that as well. I just need to figure out what account can do some purchases, because the accounts I currently have that have a lot of money, they're for buy orders, and I kind of need to keep them up a fair bit, because I don't know when we might potentially have a brand new CS update with cases and whatnot, or, I've got to keep the buy orders nice and ready for doing more Rust skin buy orders. You get the idea. So, that right there, it looks appealing, and well, Revolver skins look appealing by default, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm happy, and I will very likely probably maybe buy 50 or 100. We shall see. So if you want to discuss talking about wanting to do buy orders and these and whatnot, we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Moving on, we have the Neon Vibes Garage Door. So let's just quickly remind ourselves, how many garage doors have we had accepted this year? Quite a lot. At the current with the current situation on SCMM at the moment, it's also showing Twitch drops. But you know what? That's a perfectly fine thing to showcase, because just this year of 2023, we have had 23 skins being given to you, or at least made available to you. All the Twitch drops were free, and all of the marketable skins were, of course, marketable. Get a good look at that. And then compare it to last year. Well, I mean, you had 28. Oh, yeah, I forgot. All the Twitch drops. Jeez. Yes, everybody was going Garage Door crazy last year. I remember this now. So, Garage Doors are kind of in a bit of a weird position. We're in a bit of a weird position. What do you think? Are you looking at Neon vibes with a lot of optimism? I'm not that optimistic. All right? Now, I will respect that a lot of people like Neon designs. Very nice and straightforward and whatnot. I will sit here and say that I think this actually might work out in the long term. But I'm talking maybe another year or so. I could anticipate this going below its Rust Door price over the course of the next month or so. But I can still see this rebounding and probably retaining its value, maybe a little bit higher around January time. You can understand I'm a fair bit unsure. And it's mainly due to the price that it's selling for, because this right here is $3.49. However, this is only going to be available for 6 days, isn't it? Due to the delayed Rust Door and whatnot. So, we have to think on that. We do. And we don't have abnormal time advantage, do we? Because of the delayed Rust Door. It is awkward. But then again, you know, what other garage doors have we had this year? And need I remind you, we had a very cool looking Monuments glass garage door. And you might sit there and say, why are you bringing this up? What's so special about this? Well, do you notice how... So do you notice how this is kind of showcasing on the Monuments? Although this did it too. But, of course, it's not like neon. But, yeah. Back then, when we first saw this, we thought this was extra special. We thought that was really cool. Now it's down by 30-ish%. Not good. Didn't retain its value very nicely, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Let me just delete these. There we go. So, that right there, I like it. And props to you, Mr. Diaz. But its price is the awkward thing. But that also might mean it might not sell that much. And if it doesn't sell that much, especially considering that we don't have this available for a normal length of time, maybe that might help it out. So we don't need to rush into do anything. We'll take our time. We'll look at that next week, next Wednesday, and we'll discuss how we're going to approach it. Some of us might want to just stick with doing a buy order. I probably will be one of them. Or maybe this only has 7,000 sales by then, and then maybe we'll start considering what we're going to do next. But yeah, okay, cool. Cool looking skin. People do like neon. If I were to take a look at all the garage doors real quickly, that would have been a good point. Go take a look at the most expensive ones. What do we see? Highest price. Right, so some of the very early original ones. And then you got Going Deep garage door. And that's all neon. And people like it. You also got Outer Planets right here. Neon Pumpkin garage door right here. So yeah, the very straightforward neon designs do have quite a lot of appeal. So I'm interested. Even Neon Snowflake, it's Christmas themed skin, so by default it's going to go up in price anyway. That's starting to pick up pace. December time, that's going to probably be back into the positive again. Do you remember this? It suffered through this year because it wasn't Christmas time, but it's getting closer to Christmas. So yeah, basic neon design approaches do have appeal. So I've said my words. Let's move on. Let's talk about Soulless Legion Crossbow. Right, so I'm not surprised this was accepted. It's been a while since we had a crossbow skin, and people have been appreciating not only the bow, but the design of this crossbow as well. That looks nice. That looks cool. And I'm not surprised Mr. Rona got another acceptance. So props to you, sir. But where'd you go from here? Because he's made a lot of weapon skins. Actually, no, he made a few. He didn't go super crazy. But yeah, he was trying to get this collection set up for a while. The bow skin got things started off, and now we got the crossbow. But by default, how well do they tend to do? Because we did discuss a little bit earlier, looking at the support that the bow skin had, it didn't really have boulders going up that high. And then let's just remind ourselves in regards to crossbows, how do they tend to usually end? Oh, there you go. Not good. Not good. We've got quite a lot of skins here down to around $1. And then, a collection skin here, that's $1.50. Toy crossbow, very colourful. That's $1.40. This is below $1. Not surprised. Chemical burn. Oh. Yeah, black gold here. Black gold, part of a well-established collection. Still down then by half in price. So that's awkward. So this might simply be a case of offering around 70 cents to 90 cents. even though you like it. I know a lot of people like it, but then again, this might not have that many sales, and we might tweak our buy order price around because of that. But I'm still looking at this and thinking, yeah, I could probably just pick this up with a cheaper buy order. And that's my answer. So with great respect, I do like the skin. It looks very appealing, but people just don't seem to care too much about newer crossbow skins. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, good stuff there, Mr. Verona. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for what you're going to make next. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes like an AK or something. Like, why not? Why not? Right, so now we really need to talk about this sheet metal door. Okay, so number one. Not surprised to see at least one Frontier theme skin was accepted this week, because we saw a lot of skins. Let me remind you, with the Rust Workshop skin checks, we do take a look at every single skin, but we saw so many doors like referencing Wild West and whatnot, because a lot of people look at Frontier and say, oh yeah, that's Wild West themed and whatnot. So we got wooden door there, you got the Frontier Rustic door there, you had the Sheriff door there, you had the Frontier Garage door there, and then we had all the cowboy stuff. If we just get over to here, in regards to the clothing and armour, cowboy, so Western pants, banditos, very nice, very cool. You also had a cowboy hat there. Alright, so anyway, point I'm trying to get across is, when you look at this, very nice, very, very nice, blends in ever so nicely with the likes of the barrels and whatnot that we just saw with the recent base decor pack. But there's a very special thing about this door, and you might not have instantly noticed it, but you're going to notice it now. Look at that. It's got transparency. It's got a nice little window there, doesn't it? And now we need to discuss what we're going to do in regards to this, because with this being accepted, it makes the Brutalist sheet metal door not so special anymore. And I can look at this and say, I get the idea a lot of people would prefer the design of this. Now, Brutalist, let's be respectful. Brutalist was intended to be somewhat ugly. If you understand Brutalist architecture, design and whatnot, Duck did a very good job emulating the bleak, disappointing look that people have on their faces when they stare at something like that. So, with all due respect, that Brutalist door is perfect for what it was, but this right here, it's perfect for what it is as well. And I can see a lot of people liking that. I can respect that a lot of people look at that and think, yeah, that's a cool looking door. And I have transparency. So, this is only $3. That's cheaper than the Brutalist sheet metal door. So you need to consider this. How many of these are going to get sold over the course of 6 days? And how will this behave over the course of the rest of this year and into January? Hedge, try not to offend a skin creator. No, Bad Monkey. Doug would point that out as well. Brutalist architecture design is super ugly. It's the whole point behind it. So the fact that he incorporated some like decrepit looking falling apart design to it was perfect. So I give him props for the design and everything behind it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an armored door at some point. But when you look at the likes of this, and when you look at how much that sold, 20,000, that's the direct competitor for the likes of our brand new Frontier Rustic sheet metal door here. So, yeah, keep an eye on the sales, make comparisons to the likes of that, and at the very least, that has glow in the dark, all right? This doesn't have glow in the dark. But you probably don't want to constantly have a transparent sheet metal door being used as your airlock all the time. Why is that? Because other people could potentially look in as well. So get that spray can out, whip it out, take a look outside real quickly when you use this. All right, no one's out there, everything's safe. Change it again, run outside, do what you must. So, yeah, I can see this being incorporated a lot. But I also wouldn't be surprised over the course of the next year or so, other content creators who get Twitch drops made, well, oh, damn, I've already got a garage door showcasing my logo and super bright glow in the dark or my face or something. I need something else to shove into people's faces. Oh, yeah, I can have a transparent door instead. Yay! Stupid things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more content creators probably making doors like this, and that could be given away for free, and, well, that caused problems. Do remember Blizzard ID's double sheet metal door. Transparent and glow in the dark. That wasn't like super in your face as well. Like, that was a perfectly goofy penguin design. But main point is, we're probably going to see a lot more of this now. Face Punch have opened the floodgates, and skin creators seeing more and more of these being accepted, they're going to be like, well, I want to get a see-through sheet metal door accepted as well. I want to get a lot of sales, and, well, there you go. You're going to probably see a lot more of this now. Pay to win, yes. It's helpful. So, yeah, unless they do something to allow a sheet metal door in-game to have some form of transparency, technically speaking, yes, that's pay to win. And, well, yeah, there you go. There you go. And I know you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, what about the skin that's always in the general store? Well, that's like $5, and that don't look very appealing, does it? So, and you still have to pay for it, so you understand. So yeah, this right here, I'm interested, but I want to keep an eye on how many sales happen. And with all of these other skins that came out this week, well, maybe it doesn't sell that much, and all the better for it to rise up in price. I am looking at this with some interested eyes, and I'm confident it's going to probably work out very nicely in the future. However, will we see more transparent sheet metal doors? At the very least, I expect the likes of that Frontier Rustic door to behave and perform a lot better compared to many of the doors that came out this year, for sure. The direct competitor is right there. So keep an eye on this, make comparisons. We'll discuss this more on Wednesday. I'm sure you can understand that there's a lot of appeal there, but we have to make comparisons. Let's move on. Right, so this is another continuation. Let me just close these real quickly. I am building up far too many workshop links. Bullseye AK47, made by GXT Face, he has returned. You probably don't remember, but he produced the Bullseye skins that came out last year. But there seems to be a bit of a change. See, initially, Bullseye Python was like pinky red design. You also had the SAR. SAR did alright as well. But the AK is slightly different. It's green. And here's a fun thing you can do. You could go to the comment section of this skin right here, and you could start asking Mr. GXT Face, I need a yellow LR300, or I need a blue MP5, or I need like an indigo bolt action rifle. Give him ideas, because it looks like he can make a full set of like skins now, but with a different skull, crossbones, design color scheme and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool, and I think Face Punch would like that. So yeah, we started off with pink and red. And now we're going to probably have one more green skin, and maybe you'll do yellow, maybe you'll do orange, maybe you'll do blue, who knows, purple, who knows. So, yeah, but this is a weapon-only collection. This is an AK. It's not going to retain its value. $2, it's not retaining its value. You know what's going to be like. Take a look at all the AKs that came out this year, and do you know what? I really should look this up. How many AKs right now are below $1? Let's just quickly look this up. Because, first of all, 35 AKs have been given to you this year. That includes Twitch drops and whatnot. That's how I kind of wanted to phrase that. But if I look at all of the ones in the lowest price, how many of them are below $1? Right, I can confirm. Oh, wow. Okay. So so 1, 2, so 6 are 10, 16, 22, 38, 28, 34, 40, 46, 52, 58, 61 AK-47s are below $1. Yep, and then I didn't even consider how many of them are close to $1 as well. So yeah, that unfortunately will be going down to maybe around $1. But if we keep seeing more weapon skins being produced by you, Mr. GXT Face, and maybe with a variety of different colours and whatnot, maybe you might have something pretty cool that people would appreciate. It's just something to consider. So yeah, yeah. So if you like this design, by all means, if you like it, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators. But I've seen far too many AKs being accepted this year, and I'm not super confident the likes of a brand new AK is going to suddenly change the world. So we're going to put that aside. Let's start talking about the modern military LR300, and this is another problem. First things first, this is a continuation. We talked about this specific skin in my Rust Workshop skin checks, but it's an LR300. Even though there's a fully well-established collection that you can see right here, with all the clothing and armour and whatnot, this right here is an LR300. How often are you using an LR300? Because you might be able to tell, judging by how the skins have performed over the course of, like, God knows how long, ever since it came out. Yeah, the vast majority of them are pretty cheap, because people don't seem to appreciate the LR300. People do not like to use the LR300. Low gun demand equals, well, low gun demand overall for the whole player base would mean that not that much demand to use a skin on it. And therefore, low skin prices. It's not too hard to deduce. They're going to have to do something to make it a whole lot more appealing to use compared to an AK, because it's, yeah. And you might sit there and say, but it is easy to acquire. It's straightforward to acquire. I understand. I get that. But, you know, the results are here and it don't look good. So, by default, 70 cents, 90 cents. And I'm sorry, it's part of a well-established collection and whatnot. I just have no faith in it. Yeah, Chameleon one was a fair bit different. Yeah, we did talk about that earlier. Chameleon's still holding up. That's only down by 30%. Only down by 30%. But yeah, look at all these other ones. less than $1, 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 less than $1. All the LR300s that came out this year, except the Chameleon one, are less than $1. So what do you reckon's going to happen to that? Awkward, but I'm looking at this with a financial perspective. I'm sorry, but I can see how that's going to turn out. Modern military revolver, please. I wouldn't say no. Consider it, Mr. Robster. I would definitely buy it. You know I would. I love them. Moving on, we have a pump shotgun skin. So we don't really see many of these being accepted, do we? And lo and behold, this year we've had 4. Technically, one's given away for free, but 3 marketable ones to be precise. Unfortunately, down 40%, down 40%, and, well, what might happen to this one? So, you might remember when slugs were buffed last year, everybody was going super crazy for the likes of these skins. First of all, I should just quickly say congratulations to Man. You've had 2 skins accepted now. Let's just go take a look at this skin. And, well, it looked nice. And I got to appreciate this video here. Like, he did a really cool video showcasing it. So, here you go. Let's go appreciate a nice slow pan around, up close, overhead, other side. Nice little pan around, and then it repeats itself. If you do videos like that, a lot of people appreciate that. Just saying. I appreciated it when I looked at it in my Rust Workshop skin check. So congratulations there, Mr. McMahon. Congratulations. And, well, we need to discuss how we're going to approach this, because I, of course, have had to approach pump shotguns 2 other times this year. But, like, we had the No Mercy shotgun. And that's part of a well-established collection. And that still went down in price. And that's very unfortunate, isn't it? That sucks. So I'm going to sit here and say I might not actually be super eager to jump into this, but it won't be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order, because they do still get some appreciation. They're more than an LR300, it seems. But yeah, like, the values aren't like super tarnished. They should still hold up, but we're not going to see prices like we saw like last year in August time. So this right here, it will probably just be a buy order, but it'll probably be something like slightly above $1. We'll discuss this more on Wednesday. I like it, but I have to respect how other people are likely going to behave around it. But it might not sell that much. It might not sell that much. Remember, this rust stock only consists of 6 days. So we'll see how it all turns out. Bamboo Blaster! And, well, first of all, congratulations to Caglian, but you should also say congratulations to the likes of Mr. Yanlar. They got their first ever skin accepted. Congratulations, gentlemen. This is a very cool looking bamboo themed shotgun, as you can see right there, nice and shiny and well made. And we should now discuss the current state of double barrel shotguns, because yeah, even the blackout double barrel shotgun's gone down by 14%. So this is weird, because I do know loads of people like to use it. It's just an issue of, is that well, look at it, damn, what's gone wrong? Where did it go wrong? I don't know. It's awkward. I can't look at double barrel shotguns anymore and say, yep, that's fine, because nope. Nope. Right. So, yeah, this actually might by default probably be like a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. However, this might have not that many sales. There's a lot of skins this week that all this might get the attention. This might only do a few thousand sales. That might mean we will approach this in a different way. Because if this doesn't have that many sales, all the better for it to rise up in price. And if it's very low in sales, this might potentially get manipulated at some point. So we're going to have to discuss this on Wednesday, all right? This is very much a situation where it's like, I have to wait and see a little bit more to see how I'm going to approach this and whatnot, to realise what I'm going to do. So I like the skin, I appreciate it, I respect it, but I want to see it being available for a few more days just to get a good idea of where this is potentially going to end up at. Because at the moment, I kind of think it's going to be the lowest selling double barrel shotgun skin this year. But when you look in the grand scheme of things, if you take a look at every single double barrel shotgun skin and look at it by supply, where is it? Wait, shouldn't it be up here somewhere? Oh, it's glitched. You have to go by subscribers. All right, so lowest subscribers. There you go. There are some double barrel shotguns from the past which still have less. But it's the very old ones that you can see here, because there's hardly any of them that exist. They are technically in the positive. So, yeah, we'll just see how many sales happen, and then we'll discuss that. Sounds good? And then we have the likes of the Fossil MP5. Congratulations, Shaft, your first ever skin to be accepted. I think you might have been working with other people in the past. I mean, you're working with Xenon. I'm pretty sure you might have helped out other people. Am I wrong to say that? Let's just quickly verify. Because I would like to say congratulations, but I just need to see if you've helped or contributed to other skins before. Yeah, you helped make the tugboat door. Oh well, fair enough. You still got another skin accepted, so props to you, sir. But it's an MP5. I'm very sorry. I love to sit there and say congrats on your first ever skin being accepted, but it's not a very good financial skin to invest in. By sorry about that, but like, yeah, it's an MP5. MP5s did get buffed recently, but it didn't seem to make that much of a difference. You just hop over to here, take a look at all the MP5 skins, and what do you see? All the ones that came out this year. Oh dear. Now, yes, Redemption's boosting up a fair bit. Chameleon only went down a fair bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Arctic Skull boosts back up to about $2, and my reason is MP5s. I do wonder if with more people playing, people will actually acknowledge that maybe, you know what, that buff is good enough. The MP5 of old, you know, the MP5 of pre-2022 June time, because that's when they changed it up and whatnot, is back, and I love the MP5 again. Maybe we will see more usage and therefore more demand for the skins and whatnot. We've got less people playing at the moment, but I can't fully verify that. It's the whole player base that needs to agree. But anyway, by default, I don't imagine it's going to be doing super great, but it probably still might be a perfectly fine thing to put your money towards. It's going to be a smart buy order, is my answer. It's going to be a smart buy order. Redemption got those clean sights and it's drippy. Okay, I respect that, but this doesn't have that, I'm afraid. It doesn't have that. It's perfectly fine for what it is, the theme and whatnot, but yeah, it's not going to change the world, so we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. And with that, gentlemen, that was all the skins. So I must reiterate, based on the fact that this Rust store was delayed by a day, all of these skins are only going to be available for 6 days. Technically speaking, quite a lot of these skins are probably going to have a lot less than what they properly could have. So maybe not a lot of people are going to be fully aware of this. Maybe there's a lot of people who are probably going to wait to the last second. Maybe things might be a fair bit awkward next week. I don't know. But overall, you could potentially see these skins not sell as much as what would be normally anticipated. And that could potentially lead to them being much better investments. And I must also reiterate, because of this Rust store being delayed, there are no abnormals this week. All 12 of these skins are going to become marketable at the exact same time. So for me, UK time, Thursday night going into Friday morning, midnight time next week. All right? I will be streaming. We'll go through that whole process. I must have said this like 3 times already, but I just need to retrace it to all of you. Okay? It's awkward, but it's happened before. We've gone through this. So let me just remind you, we've gone through this goofy process before, right? So figuring out prices and whatnot. So Wednesday night, we can still figure out prices, but we won't be doing abnormals. It won't be happening. No abnormals. But yeah. And then we'll, of course, technically have our abnormal delayed store buy orders. Wow. So yeah. I know it sounds a fair bit goofy, but that's Rust. I'm not in charge of it. Now, we don't have an official reason as to why it was delayed. Sometimes it just happens. This was the 3rd time it's happened this year. So it might happen again next year. But at least you understand the whole process, understand the situation. Okay, so I should probably point out, and you probably saw it a little bit earlier, yes, Twitch drops. Twitch drops are being noticed a whole lot more now. Yes, you are. Yes, you know. Sorry, my brain, seriously. But yeah, I am confident these are definitely going to be the skins that are going to be the Twitch drops for December 11th to the 14th. No, December 11th to the 15th. Yeah, so that's next month. But there are more skins. All right. So someone who appears to be in the know, right? He's actually got a bigger collection here, and you might notice you got the likes of the silverback furnace there, and I get the feeling. So do you remember this disguised toast hoodie? Something awkward must have happened. He probably found out that he was only supposed to have one skin, and I get the feeling he had this, but thought, you know what, I should probably get something different. And then, of course, earlier this week when we did the Rust Workshop skin checks, I pointed this out, didn't I? I'm pretty sure this is going to be his drop, and then whoever he's partnering with will have their own skin. So yeah, cool looking double armor door right there, very nice and neon. Oh yes, that's made by the ever so talented Mr. Cavency, so very nice. And yeah, so yeah, go look at this. We got apparently a LATAM team. They have an AK with a very strange looking Venom style like hoodie. It's all like sticky. Ugh. I don't know why it's like that, but hey, they asked for it, they got it. So, and then we have that AK over here as well. So, if you just keep an eye on the workshop, you notice these things. All right. So, which skin are you most looking forward to? And remember, these Twitch drops are free. They're all available to you. You just have to watch the streamers, or maybe just the people involved in the teams and whatnot. I'm still thinking the likes of people are going to go absolutely wild for this face mask because, again, for free, you get a face mask with no mesh. It's there, but it's just transparent. So I think a lot of people will be appreciating Team Rocket's face mask. And yeah, so that's cool. So look at these. Look for these collections when you go to the Rust Workshop. So here I am. Here's the main page for the Rust Workshop. Hover over browse, click collections, and you'll see them all right here. Very nice. And Jojo Bars 1 is right there. Okay? Cool. And that's it. That is it. I should also point this out real quickly. We were taking a look at the loot boxes earlier, and I have noticed that the likes of the high quality crate has reached its lowest point in about 3 years. So as you can see, right now it's currently selling for about like $3-ish, a fair bit less. But yeah, look at that. It might not be instantly noticeable, but from here and then here, yeah. It's been the lowest it's ever been in about 3 years. We haven't been this low since 2020. And this was literally just before offline TV era. Look at that sharp spike. But ever since then, you can see it's slowly descending downward. Do you reckon that's due to more people being involved in the economy, or simply more people making more high quality crates? Because, you know, they can look around, they can buy all the cheapest things and make more of these. Because there's still like 1,500 of these in the Steam market. Let's not forget that bit. So, yeah. Front page, what does it look like right now? Oh, there you go. Festive garlands getting bought out. Ooh. And Brutalist. Is everything all right there, Brutalist? You're not getting dumped, are you? I hope not. Let's just quickly get a good look at that. Well, yeah, an extra build there. I still think it's going to be fine. We'll see an Armador being made, and it'll turn into a full-fledged deployable collection. It'll be fine. Right, questions. Why are abnormals occurring? I remember your video talking about them, but I don't remember if you said why it's happening. I don't know. I'd love to ask Facepunch devs about this. I don't know how to get in contact with them, but the answer is we don't know. It's just one thing that I noticed happen, and I brought it to the attention of you lot, because it's a very nice advantage for us to make use of, and it helps us consider whether we want to actually jump in and buy some of these. Again, with the financial perspective, if you like a skin, by all means buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators. But if I want to sit here and question, do I want to buy 50 or 100 of these? I would like to have that abnormal time advantage. People dropping their buy orders. Yeah, probably. Yep. So, is there any other questions that you might want to ask? People were asking earlier. I can help out now. Bearam, please, for the love of God, stop being so rude. I don't like skin. Well, shout out then. Go stick with TF2. What are the percent of money transferred to creators? It's around 25%. Facepunch has their stake, Valve tax, actual sales tax, and then after all of that, a skin creator only gets about 25% of the money earned from those skins. Let's say a skin sold and raised about $100,000 of profit, they would only probably have access to about $25,000. And then in their own country, they have to tax that money as well. So, awkward. That's really cool. Is it? Because Facepunch is allowed to sell it on afterwards, and they get a percentage cut of the sales, every single sale on the Steam market. Yep. So, yeah, that's a thing that we're aware of. Is there anything else people might want to ask? I can help you out. Also, don't forget, Zakoldi, you can go to Rust. So you could go to the item store section in scmm.app. Do you see this bar right here? You can actually click it. Do you see that? You can actually click it. And you can see minimum revenue. Now, because these skins have only just come out, why don't we go over to November 2 instead? So this is a complete Rust store. I'll click the bar right here. I'll go to minimum revenue, and here you go. So it looks like the Bruceless Sheep Matador, that made about quite literally $100,000 worth of sales. Revenue is the word to say. But Mr. Duck, he's going to probably only walk off with about $25,000. That's just the way it is. So Facepunch gets their cut, Steam gets their cut, and then sales tax, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. So you can see all of that right there. That data is available to you in scmem.app. So, yeah, cool. Only. Well, I mean, if I made something, I would like a little bit more of a percentage. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Any other questions? Take a peek at the other stockless crossbows. Could you elaborate on that, Mr. Jack? Pirate King. You might even need to send me a link. You're telling me there's certain crossbows with hardly any stock or something. Listings. What's the word for listings? I don't think we have listings. Oh, that's something we might need then, Bipolar Penguin. What skins have the most listings on the Steam market? That's something for you to consider. Highest and lowest listings on the Steam market. You have the data for it, so there you go. Jack Pirate King said something and then he disappeared. The stock. Can you elaborate? My brain's gone a bit fried. What am I supposed to be looking for? Sort of stock, not low stock. Alright, now you're just saying random things now. Okay, I might just have to, oh, you're talking about... Oh, I know what you're about. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean. So, you're talking about how certain... Yeah, I know what you're about. Yeah. How many crossbows don't have a stock on the back? Right, so the only stockless crossbow to come out this year is that Soulless... Oh, fuck, damn it. Sorry. Yeah, do you see that? See how that appears to be shorter compared to this? And then, oh, there you go, notebook, and lightweight, and lunar ox, and none there, and, oh, okay then, you know what, that's actually a pretty interesting thing, a little detail there, but it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference, because the other ones I pointed out are still below their Rustic price, but yeah, that is a little bit strange. We only have so many crossbows without a stock. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, and you got the Twitch drop that we saw a little bit earlier. So yeah, that's like the 4th stockless marketable crossbow. Huh. That's a little bit strange. Sorry, I had no idea what you're on about, and then I figured it out. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but it's still a nice little detail to bring up. All right then, so I think we've talked more than enough. I'm starting to breathe very heavily. Oh, Hedge, you got to chill out. You got to breathe more. Yeah. But yeah, this was a very weird week. But wonder what's going to happen next week. I really do wonder, because if it's all this, what's going on with clothing and armor? If we take a look at the likes of the top picks list, you can see that we had the likes of comics collection there. We had Sand Rhino. Could have had some of these other tier 3 pieces. What about clothing and armor that I saw this week? We had all of the Wild West theme stuff. We had Hard Suit tier 2 right there. We had Banana tier 3 right there. We had other collections there. But not a single thing was picked. Not a single thing was picked. Maybe next week, right? Maybe next week it's going to be very clothing and armor heavy. Maybe it might only consist of like early picks again. Maybe we'll see some more late picks. Who knows? It'll be interesting. But, yeah. So just be aware of this, guys. We've got 1, 2, 3 more Rustors that are regular Rustors. And then it'll be Christmas themed. All right? So let me just reiterate that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. No, Hedge, you idiot. It's not always Friday now. Thursday. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Oh my god, look, it's already ruined me as well. The repercussions. Right, anyway, so yeah, you can see we've got 4 more normal Rustors, but December 14th, during that Twitch Rivals event, it's going to be Christmas themed. And we're going to see the items return, and yeah, very nice. But by default, you should be seeing a lot of Christmas themed skins starting to pick up the pace. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the front page. I am noticing a random Christmas skin appear on the front page every now and then. People are buying them. Christmas is coming. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So profits are about to happen. So catch you later. See you, goodbye.